Day Street Books and Harper Audio present Baggage, Tales from a Fully Packed Life by Alan Cumming. This is the author. A note before we begin. To view photos from my personal collection, be sure to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider, or go directly to www.harpercollins.com/audio/baggage. For my granny, who made me realize it was okay to be different. Prologue. Shakespeare calls memory the warder of the brain. And despite the fact that it is Lady Macbeth who brings up this idea while bulldozing her husband into murdering their current house guest, I find it very comforting. The notion that my increasingly spotty reminiscences of tumbling through life will somehow protect me, like a cerebral condom, from repeating old negative patterns or embarking on perilous new ones that my gung-ho adolescent brain would otherwise have dived straight into has, for me, coloured the bard's fiend-like queen with an opera-like hue. It makes sense that what we have experienced in the past and how we have analysed and grown from it enables, or at least helps us, to have better judgment, right? That's what we call the benefit of hindsight. But what if your memory isn't so accurate? What if the stuff supposedly protecting your brain is actually deluding you into making the same mistakes again and again? Even a cerebral condom can break, right? I know I have, on several occasions throughout my life, repeated the exact same patterns of behaviour that previously made me unhappy to the point of despair. So much for the warder of the brain, huh? Every day, more experiences and lessons are poured into our memory banks, rearranging and augmenting our views and actions. And if we accept that sometimes we simply choose to ignore our memory's lessons, then we must also agree that memory itself, not just our relationship to it, is ever-shifting. Have you ever wondered if you remember an incident from your childhood because you actually recall it, or merely because you've heard others talk about it, or seen a photograph of it? My first memory is of a leaf falling down from a tree and landing beside me in my pram. I do genuinely remember seeing that happen, but did it really? Do I perhaps remember it because my mum once mentioned something about a leaf landing in my pram? Or I remember seeing an old photo of me sitting in my pram beneath a tree on an autumn day? But did what I recall actually happen? Did my mum really once talk of it? Was there ever such a photo? Truly, how reliable can any of our memories be? One single memory could never be a true touchstone, and perhaps even a collection of remembrances of the same event, both ours and others, as faulty and varied as they all may be, is not the true function of memory either. Rather, it is what we do with those memories, how we let them accumulate, then process through our minds so we can learn from them. Isn't that really what memory is, or should be? Not just for recall, but for growth. The repetition of memory is wisdom, but how we act upon that wisdom is the making or undoing of a good life. Nowadays, I see memory differently. It's not something to be dragged out of the past and dropped at my feet like some subconscious carcass. Now I look forward to meeting up with people I haven't seen in decades and reminiscing, for I know they will unlock doors in my mind, and I will relive moments we had together that I otherwise might never have accessed again. I have learned that memory is collective, and now memories are a gift awaiting me in the future, not the past. Each time a new one is coaxed into the light from the uncharted mists of my mind, I am buoyed and fascinated. Even the bad ones are another piece of the jigsaw of the life I inhabit. I welcome them all. Here's how I think about memory today. Picture some spaghetti cooking in a pot of boiling water, and imagine the entire contents of that pot are my life experiences. Now picture the spaghetti being drained through a colander, and that colander is my brain. What is left, the drained spaghetti, is my memory. Yes, huge swaths of what we've lived just
Sample complete. Ready to continue?